Welcome back, everybody, to Indigo Unknown.
Welcome back.
Once again, this is episode 5.
Episode 5.
I'm Brendan.
I'm
He's
Waylon. I'm Waylon.
That's
That
the
was kind of
ticket.
fun. That was kind of cool hearing
Do you
myself.
like doing that? Don't do that anymore.
Okay.
All right.
5.
Episode 5. Superpowers
Superpowers.
in human beings. Not Superman.
No.
Not your
Not Clark Kent.
X-type folk.
No. Ones that can actually survive a horse, you know.
Wow. Casting that shade
Too soon.
on Chris
I'm
Reeves.
sorry.
Damn.
Chris, are you that close with him? You call him Chris?
That's my dude.
Christopher.
Why do you think I was so bothered? If
About
he was
the horse.
Christopher to me, I'd be like, yeah, horse.
Oh,
Get wrecked,
horse
son.
named Kryptonite. But
That's my dog.
horse. Episode
That's
5.
that's my goat. You know what I'm talking about?
Goot.
Superpowers. Starting off, have you ever heard of psychometrics?
No, I can't even lie. I was going to lie and say absolutely, but I won't.
You just wanted to say that word.
I did want to say that
You
word.
son of
so
a
bad,
bitch.
so bad. Tourette's.
You'll get your time.
But
You'll
but
have
no,
your
I've
chance.
not heard that.
Okay, so psychometrics or psychometry.
Ooh, how fancy.
How do you like that?
I like it.
It's the ability to know an object's past and associations just by touching it. So, in theory, you can, someone's wedding ring. You touch it, and you're able to see,
I got
you
you.
know, when they got the ring, where that person is now, where the ring came from, what happened with it.
Like the movie Powder.
I've never seen the movie Powder.
It's-
You mean Blow?
No,
I haven't seen that either.
Powder was about. No,
It was about snowboarding.
No,
Snow on the Bluff. Also a movie.
no, but it was.
Welcome to episode
Watch-
5, movies.
Five movies. This is gonna be a fun episode. I can already tell. This is gonna be a fun
The
episode.
Scotch cast is over.
We may not,
We're back at it again.
but no, it's the movie. If you get a chance to watch it, if it's on Netflix, it's a lot like Powder. He can actually touch. One time he touched a hunter.
Gross.
Well, he touched his hand,
Oh,
and he saw.
was it a high five? Low five.
Was he?
Was it around the side?
Did he touch the?
Was he
deer?
too slow?
It
was down low.
No. He either touched the deer or the hunter. I think he touched the hunter, and he showed the deer's feelings, like.
Oh, okay, he could. Right, because the association, the
Yeah.
deer was associated with a hunter.
And then the hunter got sad because the deer had feelings, and
Well, that's his problem.
well,
If he was hunting goats. Now,
Goots.
psychometrics. So, this has been used in the past, like to help find missing people, people who possess this ability, like Gerard Croisset, I believe it is.
the guy that invented
He's-
the croissant.
Yes,
Yes.
Jerry
Tasty.
Croissant, they called him.
Jerry
Got a job with
Croissant.
McDonald's soon after. He was able to provide information about a woman's murder after touching some of her property. And it actually led to
Property.
a conviction for a murder suspect. They had the guy, he was already a suspect, and without knowing this, Gerard gave the guy's name and was able to describe how the murder happened. And dude was actually convicted before they even found the body.
So they actually used this in court,
Yeah, he was.
and he was convicted. I
Yeah,
would be
local-
fighting that left and right.
Oh,
I
that,
would be fighting
that doesn't
that.
seem admissible. But
Yeah.
local police consulted with him, and they believed it, and they actually
Apparently.
convicted this cat. He wasn't a cat. It was,
It was
a guy.
a,
It was
I
the colonel.
I was thinking the same
So,
thing. It was a goat.
It was a man goat. So
goat.
he
Goot.
after this, Gerard didn't really have any other notable successes. He was invited to several different countries, like to help look for missing children and
Zimbabwe.
others. No, and he wasn't able to provide any clues for those.
Of course.
So
That one's kind
his
of that
notoriety
one's
kind
kind
of
of
died
like
down. But this is the first time in, I believe, is the UK's history that there was a murder conviction without a body. So they believed it. They believed that he had this ability.
those silly Brits. That's all I'm
Well,
because last year during work, a psychic, quote unquote, kept calling and saying, "I know where this girl is that's missing. I have the coordinates in my head. You need to go send."
Did she have any of the girl's property?
I don't believe so.
Oh, so this is more telepathy then, I guess. Maybe could be.
She may have had something of the
psychic,
girls.
but it's not.
She was a pain in the ass. I'll give you that much.
Well,
she was a pain in the ass.
Son of a gun.
She kept calling. You need to go check these coordinates, and we would actually pull them up in St. County. It was actually out in county, and would send the deputies out there, and nothing. There's no houses. There's no buildings. It was in the middle of nowhere. She's alive. She's calling me for help. Send them there. Send them there. Send them there. I mean,
that sounds silly, but what if she was right? What if she had that ability?
If she had that ability, but now...
I mean, obviously, nothing came of it, but maybe she was misreading the coordinates, or she was getting them backwards, or, it's difficult for her to...
Dyslexic. Maybe she was dyslexic. I don't know.
She could have been... Boy, that'd be a bummer.
That would be bummer.
To have that ability, you know exactly where something is, but you start transposing numbers and...
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think she's in China.
Yeah. She consulted in dog a lot.
That's too bad.
Come on, that was a funny one. That was funny. Come on.
So that was it for Jerry Croissant.
Jerry Croissant.
I'm sorry, Gerard Croisette. Croisette?
Croissant.
No, croissant.
I like to think his name is Croissant.
I think you just like croissants.
I do like croissants.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Boy, do I love a hot Gerard croissant.
I bet you do, man.
That's how I start my days. A little bit of butter.
A little Gerard.
Side of sausage. Wait. That's not... It's too bad we're doing this show live. I can't take that back.
Yeah. We're not cutting this one. We're not cutting this one. How's that?
There's no editing. This is
no editing. This is
rough
going
cut. Episode 5.
This is going to be uploaded right here. Episode 5.
This is straight to the internet.
Brendan talking about sausages first thing in the morning. Although I am hungry for sausages.
Well, it's almost early in the morning right now. It's almost the sausage hour.
Is almost open, so we'll take the recorder to McDonald's.
We'll do the rest of this episode. We're gonna pause here. We're gonna cut like we said we wouldn't, and we're gonna go to McDonald's. We're gonna get a sausage croissant. All right, croissant.
5 of them. 5.
I think I could eat 5.
I could eat 5.
Easily.
No
sweat.
Oh, maybe sweat. You might sweat after like the 4th.
Well, I'd sweat later.
Sweats. You get
Just be covered in sausage grease. That wouldn't feel good.
But back to superpowers.
So, have you heard of echolocation?
Squirrel. Yes, I have heard of that.
Like the bats use.
Yes.
Not
baseball bats.
Yeah.
Bats.
That's how they find the ball.
Yeah. Home run.
Eagle. That's why you got to get a good bat.
Yeah.
Proper echolocation.
Louisville.
Yes. Like that. So there's a kid named Ben Underwood who unfortunately passed away a couple years ago. He had cancer at the beginning of his life, and unfortunately the cancer came back and took him later. But he lost his eyesight due to cancer of the eyes, which is horrifying because I didn't know that could happen. But cancer's a real son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, you can die from cancer.
You can die but the eye cancer?
Horrible.
Yeah.
But he ended up having to have a surgery, and once he came out of the surgery, he no longer had his vision. And pretty soon after, he started using clicking sounds to quote unquote see, using sound as sight, kind of like Daredevil, the superhero.
Nice.
The man without fear.
Superpower.
So he used this ability to ride his bike, play football, run, climb trees, and the craziest fucking thing, he was able to use this to play video games.
See, that you told me this before, and that's why I was laughing. Not at the poor kid with the eye cancer.
Right.
But like play video games,
Underwood.
really?
Right. It's a 2-dimensional screen. The screen's flat.
Yeah.
But somehow he can see the data and all that being processed to create an image
And that's what
within
I
the
find that
screen.
hard to believe.
But he had a doctor's appointment once, and he was playing his Game Boy, and the doctor was like, he's looking at him, he's not really playing, is he? And he watched him for a minute, and he was actually playing the game. He wasn't just pressing buttons, or he was using echolocation. He was using sound to play a fucking video game.
That blows my mind. Like, what's he playing? Tetris.
I don't think it matters. I think
But
he was
seriously,
using
like,
sounds to
that's a
play
big
a
job.
fucking video game. No
You're
sight
actually
whatsoever.
playing Call of Duty. That's not Tetris.
Not like poor vision, no sight. To play a handheld video game.
That is pretty. If it's true, it's 100%
That's
incredible. It's incredible.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's a true superpower. Because if I make a noise, I have no idea where I'm at based on a noise.
Yeah, I just hope his mother wasn't like messing with him. You know,
Boy, that would suck.
like yeah, you're filling in the
She
Tetris
was
blocks.
very
When he's playing
positive.
Pac-Man.
She was very positive, and tried to be as helpful as she could be. After his handicap,
Yeah,
she was supportive of him, and wanted him to be able to see as best he could, even without his vision. It's really impressive though, because like, if I was blindfolded and I made a noise, I don't know where the fuck I am based on a
You're
noise
just
or what's
blindfolded
around me.
making noises.
Right? Yeah, I just look weird.
You're stupid.
But the fact that he was able to do all this stuff, it, according to his mom, he functioned just like a normal kid, just like anybody else who didn't have this, the disability.
Do we have a time frame like when it happened? Like when he was alive?
He was born in '92, and I believe he passed in 2009.
Are there videos though? Like YouTube? Can you like YouTube his name and
I
actually
didn't
see him doing this?
I didn't see any video of it,
Because that'd be interesting.
but this, as far as I know, it's verified that he was.
Yeah.
I mean, his doctor witnessed him playing his Game Boy.
Yeah, and they probably tested him too. Like
I would hope so.
like flinched him, like 2 for flinching, like shoulder checking.
I mean, that'd be a little rude.
Well, if he's blind, he wouldn't know.
But what if he was making the clicking noise when they were
doing
doing it, and he deflected the punch? Can you imagine that shit?
that'd be crazy.
If he,
Like Bruce Lee, he straight up like
Ooh.
Krav Magaz him to the ground,
straight
like,
up, like he
and
had
then
spider
bam.
sense. Just
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
click, 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 boom.
But it's a shame.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a shame that he passed away, because that'd be it'd be really impressive to figure out how the fuck he was able to do that.
Yeah, if it's
'Cause
true,
that's-
if it's real, it's
right
an
now,
amazing tell. It's
If you're listening, and I hope you are,
yeah, we hope you are.
boy,
Yeah.
close your eyes
I'm doing it right now, actually.
and make some kind of clicking noise, and see if you can figure out what's around you, or if it's sounds any different if you walk into another room that you can detect. And imagine trying to watch TV or play video games like that.
Well, hopefully he didn't do the clicking noise while watching TV.
I mean, it might be
For
a
the
little
sake of
distracting.
other
However,
people.
if he was able to watch TV
Well, when he had TV
while
time
making
for
a
himself, yeah,
clicking noise,
yeah,
phew, but he was able to play video games,
that's crazy.
and that's fucking nuts.
Could you imagine like these days during like Call of Duty, if he was on your team,
I don't know, man. He might do pretty well.
right? But you might have to mute him.
Apparently, he was
You might have
pretty
to mute him.
intelligent too.
Yeah,
He started writing a novel. I don't think he finished it before he passed, but he started writing a college level novel when he was in
Wow.
4th grade. So this wasn't some goofball.
I do want to
Who
research it
thought
more
this
though.
worked?
It's interesting. I do want to research it and see
Yeah,
if
look
there's
him
actual
up, Ben Underwood.
Yeah, because it's the first time hearing about him, and I want to check out and see if he actually has a video of him doing it and tests, and that would be cool. That would
Talk
be
about
cool.
superpower.
Yeah, talk about superpower when you can click
Sight without vision.
and yeah, play video games without. I suck at video games sometimes when I have when I'm playing with vision.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you play blindfolded.
Yeah, well,
Sometimes you're a little too drunk to taste that chicken,
absolutely.
and you may as well be playing with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
But very impressive that.
That's an amazing story. I do not have a story this time.
That's a bummer.
It is a bummer.
You came unprepared.
I could make one up if you'd like.
Well, you mentioned earlier that you have some form of ESP.
I do.
N2.
No.
Thank you.
ESP.
N8. The Ocho.
5, 5, 5, 5.
What exactly is ESP?
ESP is the ability to sense. You just put me on the spot. You put me on the spot.
Well, if you have ESPN, it shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I don't know if it's classified as ESPN.
Is it ESP?
ESPN.
N.
Goat.
Al Gore.
Al Gore.
Go ahead.
Just the ability to sense what is, like what's going to happen. Maybe not psychic. I don't want to say I'm psychic. No, it's just the
maybe like premonition.
Premonition. Yeah, I was just saying that premonition.
I think everybody's got some form of that. Maybe stronger in some than others, though.
Intuition, premonition, whatever. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I have no superpowers.
Tomorrow's winning lottery numbers.
7.
Okay, so if you're listening,
That's it.
we're not guaranteeing anything.
7.
However, if you win with just a 7,
It's not tomorrow though. Wednesday.
I think. Well, we don't know what tomorrow is.
Wednesday's Powerball.
Tomorrow's another day.
The Powerball will be number 7.
But if you win 7, we would like
A share to
40%.
fund this
I think is fair.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that
because
would do it.
it's an expensive
We could get a better
project,
a
if
better
you will.
partition for the confessional.
better shoddy equipment, as the
Yeah, less shoddy
first
equipment.
fiddle would like to say.
Yeah, fiddle 1.
Fiddle 1. It's not shoddy.
No, it's
There's
shoddy.
painter tape. Yeah, there's shoddy. Blues painter tape.
There's painter's tape on this
Painter's
mic stand.
It's just for decoration.
So 7 on the Powerball.
7
You
is
heard it
Powerball.
here first.
Wednesday, and today is what? Monday.
That's Waylon.
Monday, not Monday.
Today is Monday, March 22nd of 2018.
No, but it's Monday.
Figure that out.
Okay. Now let's do an experiment. It's Monday.
Are we
the
recording
9th.
this on a Monday?
Yes.
Is it Tuesday now?
It's Tuesday.
It's very early in the morning.
But if we upload it Saturday, we just blew our cover of
Good job, you
Thanks.
son of a bitch.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. 5.
Well, we do.
No.
So if
It's-
Powerball
it's-
is 7,
it's Saturday night,
just,
right?
send a little bit our way.
Yeah. They're
Please.
confused. They're confused. But if it's 7, yeah.
So have you heard of the placebo effect?
Placenta.
That's what I said, yes?
Yes.
The placebo effect
No.
is
Do share.
how you get a share of someone's winnings from the Powerball.
7.
Yes. Now, the placebo effect. Placebo is usually a drug, but it's fake or useless. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't change anything.
Like a sugar pill.
Yeah, sugar pill would be a placebo. But there's been tests where someone who's suffering from some kind of illness is given a placebo. They're not told it's, a fake drug.
Placebo.
And they believe that it's going to work. And they actually start recovering and feeling better because of that. And it can accelerate healing. It can make the person just feel better for a time.
And that happens quite often. They do the placebo effect.
Yes, the placenta. So
7.
here's what I'm thinking. Obviously, that's within us to, if you believe that you're going to be feeling better or healing faster or sooner, it happens.
And I think there's more to it. And I don't think like the pharmaceutical companies want that
No.
knowledge to be known.
No.
Yeah. And I think all of us have the ability to an extent. I mean, there's some parents, some people, I won't say parents, but some people, because of their religion, they won't use modern medicine.
That's always a shame.
And the person ends up dying.
Because that shit's pretty good. Those degrees,
Yeah. Modern
it takes
medicine.
a lot of work
Yeah.
to get that, and then you know
you're
what
right.
you're talking about, and people
Yeah.
go, you know what? We're not going to bother.
Yeah. I mean, so to an extent, I'm going to say it. Absolutely.
That's the ticket.
That's the ticket. There's the word. We all have the ability to
Heal ourselves,
self-heal.
really.
Yeah.
Well, I think if we can figure out a way to get past using a fake drug or something that you think will make you feel better and you can just access that part of your brain that, accelerates that healing. Could we be... I mean, we don't know the limit of it either.
No. However...
Could you be healing like Wolverine? Where you get shot in the face and then just push the bullet out? And
well, if that's possible.
Maybe not quite that much.
I've tried that with a toothache. It does not work.
It could work.
It didn't work.
Did you drink any scotch?
I should have drank
Scotch will fix it.
But using my mind...
Cure what ails you.
And say, it's just pain. I can overcome this pain. No.
But you're acknowledging the pain.
How the hell do you not acknowledge that? That's like the worst pain ever.
If I came over
I'd rather
with...
have my pinky smashed with the...
If I came over with a NyQuil cap of scotch, let's say.
Yeah.
Since we're on the topic. Yeah. Then you slam it, and it tastes gross like medicine.
Is it
because it's not
cap?
good scotch?
It's a gel cap.
No,
I won't taste it. You said a NyQuil...
The cap, the cup that sits on top of the...
Not like here, take
liquid.
This. I'm like,
I didn't cram some stuff inside of a fish oil capsule.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't taste it.
It'd be a mess. You'd puncture that thing. But, I tell you that this is going to help that toothache, and you take it. Let's not use scotch. Whatever you want. Dayquil. I give you some Dayquil, but I tell you it's toothache medication.
Gasoline. Just don't clean your mirrors.
A little bit of gasoline for your mirrors. And you take it, and your tooth starts feeling better because you believed that medicine was going to make your tooth feel better. That means...
It's a placebo effect, yeah.
Right, that I didn't give you anything for that tooth, and yet the tooth feels better.
You gave me a capsule full of ketchup, and it worked.
Yeah. You shot that ketchup intravenously.
As you do.
Now we've got another problem, but your tooth feels great.
Interesting.
That makes me wonder, what else can our minds do?
Yeah.
If it can help you heal from something faster, which it's nuts that in 2017 we haven't figured that out all the way yet. No. That you can, you get the flu and you meditate for a minute and then, it only lasts a day or two.
How awesome
or it doesn't feel as bad.
That would be awesome.
But it seems like
but this day and age,
maybe
we
could do something that. Well, what are you supposed to use? A bidet? What country do you think this
shells.
is?
Demolition.
Shells. Wait.
We're the future. This
you mean
is
like explosives?
No.
Or like a shotgun shell.
You don't want to do that.
Bang!
If you have an explosive ass. But I'm just saying, 2017, we're not where we're supposed to be as a society, as a whole.
Speaking of holes, love that book. But back to the placebo effect.
Washington.
Yes. What? Have you? I'm wondering what else can your mind do if it can heal you. Have you ever been listening to music, maybe in your car, even if you're just listening to the radio or your iPod or a CD,
always
something on shuffle?
Always.
Yeah. That's it. No, but you start.
Have you ever listened to a song? Well, yes, I have.
Well, that's the placebo.
Okay, there's the placebo.
That's power of the mind.
Richard Marx.
You start thinking about a particular song. You start thinking about a particular song, and that song comes on next.
Oh, that's happened quite often.
Is that fate? Is that some kind of premonition that the song is going to come on next, so you're thinking about it, or are you thinking about that song and that somehow influences the outcome of events?
I wouldn't go that far.
Some minor form of telepathy,
but it could fall back under the déjà vu.
No, it couldn't.
Why not?
Because you're not remembering the song coming on.
No. Think about it.
I am.
Think about it. It could fall under the déjà vu.
Mm-hmm.
That the event hasn't happened yet, i.e. the song coming on. You're remembering it before the song came on. The song comes on.
But not as it happens.
Déjà vu.
So that's not déjà vu.
Premonition.
Like I said.
Déjà premonition.
Premen-vu.
5 episode. But yeah, no, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm saying it could be déjà vu.
All right, so let's say
I win.
Let's say your mind, just by thinking about something like that, and you might be able to attribute this to The Secret if you're familiar, and I'm sure you might be.
I have it on audiobook.
Not bad.
Well, I'm not a firm believer
of
law of attraction.
Tried to use it?
Yeah, I have, and I was about to say absolutely. I have tried to use it.
Has it worked?
No.
You've never had it work?
No.
Have you believed that it was going to work?
Yes.
Or were you going, this isn't going to work, but I'll try it?
I went in with a positive attitude for a good 6 or 7 months.
You've never been positive before.
Really?
Mean.
This is episode 5, Brendan Lies. I'm always positive. Mm-hmm. Always.
Anyhow,
Coca-Cola.
If you have used the law of attraction,
for like a good
and it has
six
worked for
months.
you, please let us know on the Facebook page. Comment on the YouTube video.
Let me ask you, have you...
If that has happened.
Have you used it and it worked?
Yeah.
Example.
Stressing out when I was in Boy Scouts. I didn't know how to tie any knots because the guy that was the leader of my, I think it was
pack.
Pack. Yeah, I think it was the pack.
Gang.
Yeah, the leader of our pack hadn't taught us any fucking knots because he was a useless bag of garbage. So...
Did he touch you?
He did not.
Okay.
He didn't touch or teach knots.
Okay. Touch
not touch.
Not touch. Okay,
teach not, touch not. You know what I'm talking about.
Teach not. Nice.
We were heading into this, I think it was called the Jamboree, where there were different events and a lot of them required you tie certain knots. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to do any of that. And none of the guys in my...
Did you pay attention?
Yeah. He didn't teach.
Okay.
All right.
No, I believe you.
We just got together and he's like, this is how you hold an axe. Yeah. Okay,
Backwards.
What about the knots? Because that's a big deal. And he wouldn't
if you were trying to get your badge.
Badge. He wouldn't let go of the axe. I was in the Boy Scouts.
You get a patch.
You get a badge.
I was in the
merit badge, not a merit patch.
No. Let's back up. I was a Boy Scout as well. Okay. Third level.
You fucking idiot.
But I wasn't in the Boy Scouts. I don't remember that shit. But I remember patch, right?
You had patches on your uniform.
But you had to earn those.
No, you earned merit badges, which in reality they were patches, but they were called badges.
Thank you. Patches.
That's what you're thinking of.
No,
because you're an idiot.
No, patches.
Now, your merit badges involve tying a lot of knots.
Badges on.
I did.
Okay.
So, I didn't. He hadn't taught us any of these knots, right?
Yeah.
So I'm stressing going into this. I'm just thinking, hopefully, something happens that I don't have to tie any of these knots. I'm hoping.
You were afraid not.
I was. Yes.
Yeah.
Afraid.
Not.
Afraid.
Afraid not.
I was afraid that I was going to have to tie a knot.
Yeah.
That I didn't know how to tie. So, ended up, one of the other packs was short a person.
Did.
And so I got moved into theirs. And they were all knot masters. And they did all the heavy lifting when it came to the knots.
They weren't masters?
They were masters of the knots. They were knotsmiths, if you will.
Not masters.
They were not nuts. They were crazy for those knots.
Nice wordplay. I like that.
And I didn't have to do any of the heavy lifting. They were like, do a square knot over there. And then they did all the fucking crazy bowline and all that.
I remember the knots back in the day. There
was
got
a
hard.
lot going on with those. It took some practice.
The 888 bisect.
That was one.
555 knot. Yeah.
I think that was a phone number. But yes, they were like that.
Yeah.
You had to dial a phone with a knot.
Yeah. We're doing the clicks.
You had to use echolocation to telepathically control a rope and tell me where the body was found that was strangled with that rope.
Butterfly.
Psychometrics. So, yes, I didn't want anything to do with my pack because the guy was a fucking goon who didn't teach us jack shit. And so the whole time I was using that law of attraction that I'm going to end up in a situation where I don't have to do that and fail. Yeah. And I did.
You didn't have to tie a knot and you passed.
Right.
So you cheated
got
away
all the shit
for your
done.
patch.
I didn't cheat dick. I used the law of attraction to get myself out of the knot tying situation because that fucking swine hadn't taught us how to tie any goddamn knots.
You have such a hostility for that dude.
Fuck that guy. I'm not going to say any names, but dude, fuck that guy. He had one thing to do.
Yeah,
take all those knots. Yeah, take these,
okay, your job is to
the
teach
newer
little
guys,
little kids how to tie knots, and he's like,
Dude, he wasn't even an adult.
We're making popcorn.
He was a couple years older than us,
Then
and
what
he'd
the
just
hell
been
was
doing
he-
it longer.
Why was he the leader or the...
He wasn't in charge of the whole, I believe it was den.
Den. It was
But
a den.
there were, several packs in that den.
Yeah.
So there were several leaders, a leader of each pack.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing made up the den, which the adults were in charge of. So just the more senior kids were in charge of that.
I was in pack 48.
No, you weren't. So,
No.
Anyhow.
No, that's a...
do you think the law of attraction, assuming it works, is that a superpower?
That,
I mean, it's...
Actually, that's a good question. I do believe in the law of attraction.
something that we wouldn't really consider natural.
No.
You having such control over the universe,
Yeah.
one person.
But theory says we're all tied to the universe,
Right.
by strands, and we're all one.
And everybody can use that. They just don't have a way to tap into it. They don't know about it.
Like
So is it a superpower, or is it just something that we're
I don't think
fully
it
aware
falls
of?
under a superpower. I think it's something. It's a phenomenon that. That's a good question. That's a good. But I don't think it's.
I think
superpower.
as of present, it's a little bit of a superpower.
I think
because it allows you to do something that, for the most part, nobody else can do.
Yeah.
Like, being able to touch an object and know where that missing person is,
Yeah.
or make a sound,
Or
and,
touch a knot and know.
right, touch a knot,
And
know
know what
where
that
the body is,
Yeah.
make a sound, and know what's going on your Game Boy.
The body is not there.
Being able to think about a song
Mm-hmm.
and make it come on the radio.
Yeah.
Or, how about this?
Okay.
Here's a crazy one
Okay.
that I'm sure you're not really going to be interested in.
I'm
'cause it's
interested.
fucking nuts.
I'm interested in nuts.
Let's say, yeah, you're a nut. You're a
I'm
nut
a
nut.
nut.
You're a not nut.
Phenomena.
Let's say, if we're able to use that law of attraction
Okay.
to make things happen, to change the outcome of events, or are we able to use that to affect anything that we want?
That's where.
Let's say I'm really well in tune with the law of attraction,
Okay.
and I want the gravity around me to lessen so that I can fly.
Mhm.
Do you think that that's, remotely? I don't see anybody doing that right now.
Yeah.
But maybe as we learn more about this, maybe in 1,000 years, if it develops and gets stronger within us.
They say we only use 10% of our brain too.
That's not true.
That is not true. That's a myth.
Right.
We use a lot more than 10% of our
You know how
brain.
fucking lame that would be if we used 10% of our brains?
Yeah.
What a bunch of horse cock.
Yeah, exactly.
The cock of a horse, that is. But
And
if
by
we're-
cock we mean it's a PG
Penis.
show. No,
this is not a PG show.
it is a PG show.
Viewer discretion is advised.
We only said that during episode 1.
And the rest of them.
That's true. So horse cock, yeah, it's total. Yeah,
Can
I'm
you
with
use the
Okay,
law of
yeah.
attraction?
No,
Do you think it would get to that point?
No, I don't think that's possible. On this, I'm going to say it.
Oh.
Plane.
Oh.
I said it. Plane. On this plane, I don't think it's possible. 747.
I don't know, man. It's hard to say that in a long time from now.
Like when I
That-
have my trillions of when
Yeah.
I time travel.
Yeah. Yeah, after that, inflation gets you nowhere.
Nah, it's not going to. The right president's
Dude.
coming along. Trump's going to set it right. Oh, we're taking a political.
Let's not make this a
not.
political show.
No.
Oh my God! So,
Better than Hillary. But continue.
do you think that we'll be able to do extravagant things like that? Really wild, out of control shit.
I don't see why
Like that.
not.
Exactly.
Because I'm going to touch on
If you get
religion right now.
that
That
in
falls
touch
under,
with that, maybe that law of attraction, or just the power of your mind that we don't quite understand
that
yet.
falls under evolution. If you want to go, I think it's possible. If you want to mix,
I'm saying a long time from now.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think tomorrow people
No.
are going to be able to focus really hard
no.
and start flying like Superman.
You know, in the near future, I see the movie Idiocracy coming in to play. If you never
Idiocracy.
that's what I'm saying.
Idiocracy.
Welcome to Costco. I love
what
you.
you said. Anyhow,
Shut the fuck up.
what were you going to get into?
That's what I was getting to. I don't see that in the near future.
Do you think people are getting dumber?
Yes.
Well, you're an idiot.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Society as a whole? You don't see society as a whole getting
We're
dumber.
improving every day.
Are we?
Anybody who says the world is shit and this generation's crap and all that, they're fucking stupid. Because
no, I'm with you on that
the
one.
world has never been this good, and it's only getting better.
That was awesome. Let's do it again.
Nope.
No. Listeners, you can do it along with us. Play it back a little bit and try to match that tone. That's your mission. But no, you have to... I think we're getting stupider, man. I do.
Is polio still a problem?
No.
The world's a better place.
Well, yeah.
Did you have an iPod in the year 1501?
I wasn't alive in 1501.
No, you didn't.
Do we know for a fact?
Yeah,
How?
we've been there.
We have not.
You don't know where I've been.
But no, I know what you're saying.
There's so many improvements.
The possibility of improvement is there, but
I don't know, man.
However,
I don't see the Black Plague making a comeback.
no.
With all the improvements in medicine, technology, we're figuring, we might not even have to get that much more intelligent because things are getting so much simpler.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's more computing power in a flip phone
Okay, I'm with
than
you
there
there.
was
Technology,
an Apollo
we're-
spacecraft.
We're excelling in technology like
So
no other.
even though, even if I don't study as hard in school, the information's already created and condensed.
Which is making you stupider.
No, it makes it easier to learn it. It means that I can learn what I need to learn from, 100 years of research in a semester.
Like plug into the matrix.
The important parts.
Yeah. Well, to a point. To a point. I think technology is making people somewhat stupider. They're relying too much on
They're less
technology.
reliant
They're relying
on what we've been before.
Yeah.
But I don't think that necessarily makes us dumber. And being dumb
Yeah.
is a superpower.
It is.
Brought it
is.
back
We'll go
around,
to,
full circle.
Sling Blade.
Unstoppable, that guy.
Unstoppable. Some call it a Kaiser Blade. He called it a sling.
So,
Anyway, back on track.
but the power of our minds, who fucking knows what that holds?
Okay, let's.
If your brain is able to compute sounds into location
Yeah.
and vision because you've lost your sight,
That's pretty amazing.
that's incredible.
And I think if
What
people,
else can it do?
if people,
What that thing do?
I think if people actually accept that it's possible, open their mind, and maybe perhaps turn off the TV every once in a while and start exploring your
We
own
could
mind.
accelerate the
Yeah, that's what.
the formation of these abilities.
Yeah.
You can
Start
heal
digging
yourself.
into. I don't want to say sheeple or any of that. I'm just saying people in
Mm-hmm.
general. If we actually take the time and dig into what's possible, I think it'll start a chain reaction on the collective thinking, instead of being not brainwashed, but
Brain rinsed.
rinsed, not washed. It's not the final
Yeah,
spin
it's a
cycle.
quick. Yeah,
It's like a camping shower, if you will.
it's not a good one, but you're clean.
Yeah. I mean, you smell like wet ones, but you're clean. That's the way I look at it.
And that's how the mind works.
And that's how the mind works. But you do see what I'm saying. If people actually open their mind and thought of the possibility of, hey, this could happen.
I think the most important step to finding out if we can do any of this real cool shit, maybe we can't.
Yeah.
But we're not going to know if we're not open to it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
If
on
we
that
just
one.
say that's not happening, then it's definitely not fucking happening.
We agree on that.
If we say you can't use your mind to heal yourself, then we're not going to get to that point where we can use
And it's going
essentially
to
the placebo effect, but without the placebo.
And it's going to have to stop the pharmaceutical companies saying, well, you need this, you need this,
Well, they do like that cash.
Well, they like that cash, and that's
like
what
that.
it comes down to.
Talk about drug money.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
If people would stand up and be like, you know what, we do not need that. And I'm pretty sure there's cures for, I'm going to say cancer.
Probably for a lot of diseases.
AIDS. Tonsillitis. Almost made you choke.
That toothache.
I was trying. You took a drink and I was trying. That toothache. There's a common cure for that toothache.
Scotch.
Scotch. Yeah.
I don't want you to know.
But yeah, Superpower. It was a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good episode. I don't know what I was going with that. I was like, man, it's a good episode. Man, superpowers. Man, telekinesis. We didn't even touch on telekinesis.
No.
Which, do you believe that's possible?
Oh, sure.
I have several books on telekinesis.
Against anything.
No, I'm not either.
If you want to tell me that someone can move something with their mind, or they can tell the temperature.
Someone can move something with their mind and they can tell the temperature.
With their mind.
With their mind.
Which, that's could be guesswork. But.
Yeah. Meteorologist.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wayland is not a meteorologist.
I am not. But I was thinking about...
A white supremacist.
No. Goat. I like our theme of just flashing back to episodes, and by the episode, this is funny.
My God,
episode,
we're gonna get to
like a 100. We're gonna be like Colonel Sanders, goats, goots, butterfly effect, 747 plane.
We're gonna have a lot of real shitty episodes because we're gonna rely on that momentum from the previous jokes.
Yeah, I want my tombstone to read absolutely. Wayland lived.
Well, with all that future money, you can get that carved any way you want.
Yeah. Well, not really, because
inflation.
No, because my
be worthless.
My tombstone, my headstone will be back here, and I'll be up there, and
up there.
I'll be missing pretty much here.
What are you talking about? Up there, the future.
Future. I'm going to call it up there.
Up. The future.
What's up, down?
It's a loop.
There's no up and down.
It's
in
recurring.
Space.
It's forward.
I'm just saying.
Until you come back around.
My casket's going to be empty here, and you'll be like, maybe he was right. And I'll be laughing.
I'm not going to think that.
I'm going to be thinking that 500 yeyears in the future. I'm going to be laughing my ass off at you.
Go ahead.
Time Travel Fund.
But as far as tonight.
.com. I almost had, I got to tell this story. I almost had a co-work Ty. I almost had him convinced to get the membership.
And then he laughed you out of the room.
He pretty much laughed
because you're fucking ridiculous.
But come on, $10.
$10.
It's an awesome... I'm going to show you that after this podcast. I'm going to show you their certificate.
Oh, my God.
It's pretty awesome.
Put a picture on the Facebook.
I will do that.
How's
right
about
after this, I'll snap it right after this.
All right.
It'll be more live now because we won't upload this until
later.
The future.
Yeah.
Not 500 years.
The future.
The future.
Close to 500 years. Well, once we get that cash.
Once we get the cash from the winning Powerball 7, we will post that picture.
You know how fucking crazy it's going to be if the Powerball, the next Powerball number is 7?
It's going to be 7.
Fuck, dude.
7. I'll tell you the numbers right now.
All right, we're calling it 7. No, don't go any further. Don't ruin it because you're going to be wrong. 7. Let's stick with
Powerball
7.
This coming
Wednesday. Stick with that bullshit
2 days.
ESPN guess of 7.
7. Well, yeah, we'll end it here. 43 minutes. Not bad for Superpowers.
No, not bad for
nonsense.
One-side research.
That's unfair. Unfair.
It's not.
I chimed in.
On ESPN 2.
I chimed in. Did I not?
So that's it for tonight's episode.
At least I could tie knots. How's that?
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Pack number 7.
Tune in again next week.
Your shitty ass teacher, your pack leader.
Like the Facebook page if you haven't already.
I'm sorry you had a shitty
subscribe to the YouTube
pack
channel.
Leader that couldn't teach you how to tie a fucking knot.
Well, he fucking didn't.
He should have.
He was a bag of shit. That
he sounded like one.
He probably didn't even know the knots himself.
He probably didn't. I'll show you a couple of knots.
Cocks. Anyway,
let's relive your childhood. I'll show you a couple of knots.
I don't want anything to do with your knots.
No, I'll get you a patch.
Subscribe on YouTube.
Not a merit badge, a patch.
Like the Facebook page, and join us again next week for episode 6.
Do we know what we're doing, or just
no
surprise? Episode 6, surprise.
It's going to be a lovely surprise.
Nice. Have a good night, y'all.